Hello and welcome to Mark's Little Kitchen, where this week I've been joined by my little Valentine, Sam.
And with Valentine's Day just around the corner, I've set Mark a really special little challenge to use these, my favourite ingredients, and come up with a special Valentine's Day brunch. So the first of our Valentine's ingredients, I love you from my head to my toes. These are baby plum tomatoes and those were 68 pence. We've got 4 avocados here, let's avocado, and those were 85 pence each. 2 limes, baby lime yours, and those were 23 pence each. Onto the bacon, don't go bacon my heart, that pack was £1.39. We've got a tin of sweet corn. It's corny, but I love you. That was 39 pence. 15 eggs. It's no yolk. I love you. £1.89. And then some lemons. You're the zest. 97 pence. Over here, we've got a custard pack, 45 pence. And finally, some clear honey for my honey. And that was £1.29. See what you can do.
So I'm going to make a 2-course brunch, and I'm going to start by making the pudding and a delicious avocado ice cream. Now most ice creams use a custard as the base, and normally I'd make the custard properly with egg yolks and milk and a bain-marie, but today I'm going to cheat and just use the custard that Sam bought for 45p straight from Lidl. I'm going to add to that about 200 millilitres of double cream, which I happen to have in the fridge. And I'm going to use 2 avocados, a lemon and 1 of the limes. So the first thing to do is to take the stone out of the avocados. So just cut round. This one's quite ripe, so the stone comes out, but you can use the knife just to ease it out if necessary. So just ease the knife all the way round. Twist it. This one the stone is stuck, so just whack it with a knife and pull that out. Be careful when you do that. Just use a spoon and scoop the avocado into my ancient food processor. This was a wedding present. So 2 avocados, and to that I'm going to just add the juice of a lime, this will give a little bit of acid to the recipe. It really gives the avocado a lift. And 1 lemon. Just add that, a little bit more lemon. Just whiz that around. So that just takes a couple of moments, and you can see it's lovely and smooth. Just going to knock that off, and then I'm just going to put that in with the custard. So I've probably got about, I don't know, 350 grams of avocado, I'd have thought. 500 grams of custard, and I'm just going to add a couple of 100 grams of double cream, and then just fold that in. Until you end up with a lovely smooth mixture that looks just like that. Now I'm going to use an ice cream maker, which I inherited from my parents, but if you don't have an ice cream maker, then it's perfectly fine just to freeze it in a shallow container, leave it for about an hour, then mash it all up with a fork, leave it another hour, mash it with a fork, after about 3 or 4 hours, it will be perfect and just as good as in an ice cream maker. So on to the first course, which is going to be a sweetcorn pancake with bacon, tomato, poached egg, and a beautiful avocado hollandaise over the top. It's very simple. I've got a couple of store-cupboard ingredients here. I've got 75 grams of plain flour, 45 grams of semolina, about half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, and just a pinch of salt. To that, I'm going to add 120 ml of milk, which I'm just beating an egg into. Just pour that in, wooden spoon, and just mix that together. You want it to be a reasonably stiff batter. To that, I'm going to add about 100 grams of the sweet corn, so not even the whole tin, and just a little bit of chopped red onion there. Add that to taste. That's probably about half an onion I'd have thought I've added. But it's nice because it just gives a little bit of sharpness to the pancake. So what we're after is a batter that looks that kind of consistency. So it'll just drop gently off the spoon. Now over on the stove, I've got a frying pan which is heating to medium hot, and I'm just going to add a little bit of sunflower oil to that. Just give that a moment to heat up. So the pan's nice and hot, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon, and you probably get 3 or 4 done at a time. Don't need to be too precise about it. And I'm going to leave those for a couple of minutes, turn them over, and the beauty of these is that you can keep them nice and warm in a low oven while you get ready with the rest of the meal. So these are nice and golden now, they're just about done. So I'm going to put those into a warm oven while I move on to make the avocado hollandaise. Now, strictly speaking, of course, it's not a hollandaise because it contains neither eggs nor butter, but it's a lovely light version. It will do the same job as a hollandaise on the egg. The other beauty about this is once you've made the ice cream, you don't even need to wash up the processor. So I'm just going to spoon 1 avocado into the processor. I'm going to add the juice of 1 lemon. You can do this to taste. Sometimes I only use half a lemon. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. I've got about 80 ml of hot water, and I'm just going to whiz that. So that's now nice and smooth, and I'm just going to whiz it a little bit more and add a glug, maybe 40-50 ml of olive oil. Just let that whiz, and then you can see that's a beautiful smooth avocado hollandaise. So I've got my pancake on the plate. I'm just going to add some chopped tomatoes onto the top of that, and then 2 or 3 rashers of bacon which I've made nice and crispy on top of that. My egg is almost ready, so I'm just going to take that from the water now. gently balance that on top of the bacon. And then a spoon of this beautiful avocado hollandaise. Touch of sea salt. Grind of pepper. And I reckon that is a perfect brunch. Okay, so first course done, onto the pudding. My avocado ice cream is done, and I've got here a chocolate fudge cake which I knocked up earlier. So I'm just going to put a small square of the chocolate fudge cake, and then just a little bit of the avocado ice cream. It's a beautiful, smooth ice cream. I'm not very good at quenelles, but there we go, that'll do. And then over the top, just a little bit of honey. And that is a lovely pudding to go with the avocado brunch.